Hey everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be something a little bit different. I recently posted a video about my bad reader habits, and I was also reading some of yours, and I was questioning my sanity because so many of you love reading spoilers, either before or during the book that you're reading. You just like the journey, I guess, less the twist. I cannot relate. I just cannot. But it made me realize that I avoid spoilers so much that I don't even read them when I don't finish a book. And I have a couple books, because I've been DNFing books a lot more lately, that I never got around to figure out how it ends. And I want to know now. So I'm going to go ahead and spoil myself the ending of like a dozen book that I never finished. And I'm going to react live. I will make this video spoiler free as much as possible. And if I feel the need to include spoilers, I'll put it in super big on the screen, as I always do. But it's going to be mostly me reacting if I did the right thing, you know, not finishing the book. We'll see how it goes. This could go either way, like become really fun or really just boring, me being like, oh yes, no. So let's do it. We're attempting it. I have no idea how I'm going to structure this video because I have to go and read a bunch of reviews. So we're going to start with Uprooted by Naomi Novik. I never finished this book. This was one of the first books that I DNF'd, did not finish, will never finish. I went into it with pretty high expectations. I was just very excited. There was a bunch of hype behind this book. It's an adult fantasy, and I knew that there was magic, which that's all I needed. From the first chapter, I realized that the description wasn't quite accurate. It's not a spoiler, first chapter. The dragon that's kidnapping women from a village is actually a man. So I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of story. And before I put it down, I think I was like 150 pages into it, something like that, so really not far. I realized that this was becoming a romance, like kind of abusive, and I didn't vibe with that. Nor the magic system, which I've been describing as like, ooh, vague, with nature, long sentences. It just feels like what I've been calling magical realism. I just don't like it. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and read some reviews and see if I did the right thing by DNFing it. And I doubt that there's any of these books that I will be like, oh, maybe I should have finished it. I don't think so, but maybe I'll have a reaction. Let's test it. I don't remember it being funny. Was it funny? It's been a few years, so like, when did I put this book down? In 2017. Oh, I did DNF it at 241, further than I thought. But like, that's still about halfway point. So partly he's calling her an idiot. See, I was getting abusive vibes. I'm standing by that. See, that's a huge problem for me. Like, I recently read The Unhoneymooners, and I did like a spoiler reading vlog. Like the first half, there's no real spoiler, and then I discussed some of the things that happen. And one of the things that I mentioned is that my issue with romance is that, especially if you go from like enemies to lovers, which I guess this kind of works in that category, you can't make the enemy so strong that you can't forgive. In those cases, it's usually a man. Like, I can't forgive him if he's calling her all names and being abusive and mistreating her and like, oh, because now they have feelings, we can excuse. No, F all of this. Like, I will not root for them. I will still think he's an abusive piece of poo. So, there's nothing romantic. Like, banter can be romantic, but then it crosses the line and I'm done. I am done forever. I'll just say the negative reviews, they're speaking to me. Like, I'm glad I wasn't alone. That just felt like everything was just so underwhelming. Oh no, I just read a spoiler. See, I can't root for that kind of romance. I can't. No. Like, it's kind of obvious it's gonna, like, yeah, that's not a spoiler, is it? I don't feel like it is. So I've read a couple reviews, and it seems to be that people either love the magic system, like the writing, I should say, and then a lot of people had the same issue as me, which when I read it, there wasn't that many bad reviews so far. So it's reassuring to see that a lot of people were kind of bored. I just couldn't finish it. I would never not finish a book back in the day. So the fact that I did not finish that one is a sign that it was really bad to me. I just couldn't do it. So that one, I really don't feel bad. I'm seeing the ending, which seems to be like, and frankly, I don't really care about fantasy that are mostly romance, especially if, again, kind of what I see as abusive. So yeah, I don't feel. So verdict for that one, definitely not sad I didn't finish it, especially with the negative reviews that I'm seeing of people that did push through and finished it. I don't think I missed out. Let's go with one that I really, really hated. And it's a thriller, so I feel like that could be like, I don't know the ending. Like, I feel like mystery thrillers, the reason to finish them, even if you're not feeling them, is to know how it ends. So that's going to be interesting. All the Beautiful Lies by Peter Swanson. It's my most hated book by him. I really like some of the other ones, kind of felt a bit mad about the other ones, and then that one, couldn't finish it. I listened to it as an audiobook because I was trying to push through, and I DNF'd it at 60%, and I just felt super uncomfortable because there's not only one but two uncomfortable relationship between step-parents and stepchildren. Like I understand wanting some things to be like there for shock value, but I feel like sometimes it's just too far. Like, apparently my line, this is where it is, you know. Incest, not really my thing. So let's go see if I can spoil myself the ending. Okay, I read the ending, which is, it's kind of hard to find spoilers for some of these books. I didn't miss out on anything. If anything, I feel like it's reassuring to realize that other people were also uncomfortable with the inappropriate relationships. Like, it felt like the author was trying to justify, like, pedophiles. Like, this might be a slight spoiler, but, like, trying to make the little girl want her stepdad eggplant. No. You know? Like, I think I'm realizing that sometimes I get uncomfortable with sexual stuff in books because someone wrote that. You have to think about that and write it and think it's okay. And, like, I know some things are not... Just because you write something doesn't mean that you think that way. But, like, you know, does that make sense? It makes me uncomfortable. Like, you're trying to justify it. And, like, when it doesn't make sense with the story, it makes me want to look at you like, you okay? So verdict for that one, am I sad that I didn't finish it? No. It sounds very underwhelming. Like, reading the spoilers, it doesn't seem realistic. It doesn't seem... plausible. I don't think I missed out on anything. It is his lowest rated book, so I think it's pretty unanimous that it wasn't his best. But yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Let's look at another, I guess, mystery, because I feel like it's the most fun to figure out the spoiler. 9 Perfect Strangers by Liane Moriarty. I was super excited to read more by her because I had liked Big Little Lies. And I picked up this one because at the time it was her newest release. And I hated everything about it. Could not go past... Also 56%. I had so many issues. I hated characters. You have at least to be rooting for something. And, like, some of the twists that started happening at the 56% were so bad that I just had no more interest. So let's see how that ends because I'm curious. Like, my review on Goodreads literally starts with, this book was shit. There, I said it. I went strong with that one. That's definitely one of my most liked review on Goodreads. It's becoming a TV show? I had no idea. I guess it makes sense because Big Little Lie was popular, but I didn't know. Oh, I am glad I did not finish that book. What the no. What the... Oh, I am so glad I did not finish that book. That ending is so ridiculous. I already thought that the twist at 50% was just, like, out of hand. This is so bad. This is so bad. Oh my god. If you want to read a book, out of all of these, this might be the one. Because, wow. This got so much worse than I thought. Like, I was not enjoying it because I got so frustrated. But this is so much worse than I expected. Wow, okay, this is probably the most fun I've had with an ending, reading an ending. Wow, okay, that was bad. That was so bad. Let's do Warcross by Mary Lou. I also DNF'd that one at about 50%. My issue was, the main female character was written, no. The fact that she had rainbow hair and you're constantly reminded that she's not like everyone because she has rainbow hair. And the fact that she learned how to hack by, like, unfocusing your eyes. No. But yeah, this was basically called, like, the Ready Player One of YA for a girl. And I DNF'd it whenever I sensed that there was a romance that started because it made no sense that She would be into him, yes, but him into her, no. So let's go see if I can spoil myself the ending and if it was a good idea to end it or not. It is the first book in a series, so maybe the ending will be like a cliffhanger or something. So let's see. Will it change my mind? Okay, so I just looked up who like Zero, like the villain, I guess, is. And okay. That was, I guess, the one thing I really didn't know that I should have looked up right away, I feel like. So yeah, I do think that it's a, you know, fun YA book with some great representation, but I thought the characters were really boring. I didn't care for the romance and a few of the other things, like I said, how she got strong. I hated, oh yeah, that's the book that like she's a bad girl, but like wink wink. I'm glad I didn't waste any more time and finished it, because I don't think I missed out on anything, but I'm glad I know now. It's not like the twist is not amazing, but okay. Another one that I'm pretty curious is Altered Carbon. I put it down pretty early, that one, like 120 something pages, because within the first like what chapter there's a character who goes to interview this woman because her husband got murdered, and it's a futuristic world where people wear like sleeves, like their body, like they can switch bodies. So he didn't really die, but like he lost that part of his memory and he's in a new body because he's rich and he can. But like the person that goes to interview the wife talks about her boobs and his penis getting hard, like twice each in like 3 pages, which like, there's always going to be, I know in my comment section I got people being like, well, I mean, it's all the hormones in his body, like it's a new body, so obviously there's a ton of hormone. I do not give a shit about your explanation. It is so ridiculous. It's so uncomfortable. It makes me feel like I'm reading porn written by a 15-year-old boy. Like, no, like it's so, no, it's not necessary. And like there were more, and I put it down because 2 more things happen before the 120 page. He goes back to his hotel room and just half-ass touch himself. He's not really into it, but, you know. And then I put it down when he gets to like a sex scene, which all within the 100 something pages. Like, I was just like, I thought this was going to be like a book about clones, like sci-fi. This is just no. But I am curious. I want to know who killed him. Try it. I never watched a TV show because I just got so turned off. That's what happens. I don't know how I feel about that ending. It's, well, I guess it's the beginning in that case. Okay. Like, I get like a gruesome world and everything, but it's always so like, I don't know. I'm glad I didn't finish it. Clearly, we didn't vibe. But I'm a little curious how exactly it ends up like that, but I don't have it in me to look it up more than that. Okay, last one. Beartown by Frederick Backman. I didn't put it down because I hated it. It's just that I found it really triggering. That's it. Got about 50% into it once again. That was in 2017, so like I said, I used to only read the first 50% if I wasn't feeling it. If the person got justice, because it's basically about a small town. They're all obsessed with hockey, I think. And, you know, the classic girl got raped, boys is getting away with it. Was it made into a movie too? TV show? I feel like every book is made into a TV show nowadays. I'm not sure how I feel about that ending, to be honest. Obviously it's a summary, not, you know, reading it like the book, so the impact might be different, but it's at the same time more intense and less satisfying than I expected, but I'm kind of okay with it. So I guess I'm making peace with that book, with that ending. I'm not sure I'm satisfied, but okay. My issue, I think I went into this book thinking it was going to be another feel-good kind of book, which is an author that tends to write that, and I was not prepared for all the triggers. So I'm glad I didn't finish it, but I'm also glad I read the spoilers, I guess. I think we're going to end the video on this note. This was weird. reading a bunch of spoilers of books that I didn't finish. I think from now on I will make it a thing to read the ending, specifically for anything that is like a mystery or a thriller, because that's the point of finishing the book, right? So if I'm not feeling it and I don't think I'm going to finish it, I'll just go and spoil it for myself. Maybe it will make me want to read it to see how it got to that point, or maybe it will just make me be okay putting it down and never finishing it. So that's going to be it. I hope you enjoyed this video, something a little bit different. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye.